High Court Judge Lydia Achode and lawyer Joyce Miguda Majiwa were the latest interviewees before the Judicial Service Commission in the search for the new Deputy Chief Justice. Majiwa is formerly the chairperson of FIDA. She is a founder member of the Institute for Education in Democracy and one-time vice-chairperson of the Law Society of Kenya. Achode was appointed to the High Court in 2011, having previously served as the registrar of the High Court and as a chief court administrator,
and which every court needs to ensure is met.
Former chairperson of the Federation of Women Lawyers of FIDA, Joyce Miguda Majiwa, was the fifth candidate to appear before JSC for the position of Deputy Chief Justice. A process all too familiar for her, having been among the 5 individuals shortlisted for the same position in 2012.
Two-thirds gender principle is not over. And the Supreme Court, in its advisory opinion, of course, tried to settle this quagmire in a majority decision that was considered largely patriarchal because it did not offer an immediate or a quick fix to the gender impasse. Do you believe that the decision of the Supreme Court was patriarchal, or was it a reasoned decision that has stood the test of time?
On that particular judgment, personally, I was disappointed by the judgment of the court. I felt that the court ought to have treated civil and political rights as immediate rights, rights that are accruing immediately, as opposed to rights that are progressively realized.
With 20 years' experience in legal practice, the High Court lawyer says if appointed Deputy Chief Justice, she will ensure a people-centered judiciary for all those seeking assistance to be accorded justice in good time.
I have seen in your application that you have said that this is a position in which I have great interest. What is this great interest that you have in this position of Deputy Chief Justice?
Let me develop this institution together with teams that we will put in place to be technologically modern, that the persons who are presiding are professionally trained and they're continuing to professionally train and they're delivering judgments, that development in the way even the staff of the judiciary, everybody, the judges, the magistrates, to the highest to the lowest, feels that they are valued and that they are giving valued service.
Deputy Judge of the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Division of the High Court, Justice Lydia Achode, also appeared before the Commission. Despite a long career in the judiciary for a period spanning over 20 years, Justice Achode has only served as High Court Judge for 5 years.
After 5 years of service in the High Court, you feel ready not only to join the Supreme Court, but to be its deputy head.
Going to the Supreme Court is about interpretation of the law. And this is something you accumulate over the years. And the Constitution, which is the framework on which through which we work, can be interpreted even if you, in fact, that's what we do at the High Court. So it is not that in the Supreme Court now we'll be interpreting a different law.
If appointed Chief Justice, Achode says she will have no difficulty handling political cases.
Do you encompass the amount, a sufficient quantity of independence and ability to confront political questions should they land in your doorsteps?
Political questions are cases just like any other. There's nothing special about them. So it used to be said that if you can sit on a case under robbery stroke 2, then you almost, because you are actually telling somebody you are sentencing them to death. So there's nothing special about a political case, a political dispute. It will be what the law provides. And I have no problem with dealing with the political questions. As I answered the Honorable Commissioner who questioned me first, I was part of the team that was selected to sit on the election petitions of 2013. So I had no problem with dealing with them.
The interviews continue on the 29th of September with Lady Justice Martha Koome and Ms. Pamela Mwikali Tutui appearing before the Commission. Michelle Ngele, KTN News.